And our fantasy are great. The truth is ever greater. We have unlimited attraction. The best position thing one can do is to travel around it. So tourism is a spirit to discover the wonder land of our heritage. It is a it is the leading discover of wonder land of our heritage. So it is a leading industry in the world also at present day economy. And Singapore has made a tremendous success in this industry with enough scope for employment and learning foreign exchange. A well thought and well defined strategy is needed to boost tourism as a leading industry of the generation. The important task is to get tourism accepted as an instrument development. The creation awareness about it at home and abroad and developing the requisite infrastructure should be our first step for attaining the desired results. We need to develop surface transport, air service, sanitation, hotel, attitudinal changes towards tourists. The industry tourism will be successful if there is basic awareness of the potential of tourism and its role as an instrument of economic development. The success of this industry is directly dependent on development of infrastructure and a need-based marketing agencies. Tourism contributes significantly to national integration, promote social and cultural ambience, and plays a key role in some economic socio-development. Tourism is labor intensive in nature and generate income and employment for child, women, rural artisans, and educated unemployed. The government has identified special tourism area for public-private partnership in augmenting the importance of tourism in our economy. With liberation policy, the tourism industry was declared as a priority sector for foreign investment. The government has allowed automatic approval for foreign investment with equity to 51% in a tourism related project. So the private sector participation in tourism development has grown considerably in recent years. So the tourism development includes automatic development of related economic development, tourism, agriculture, and site business into one fold, and it is the quickest method to also the sector stressed highly for the development of the tourism. People in general travel from one place to another to exchange knowledge, pleasure, know each other, to see something new, to buy and sell goods, and to attend trade fairs, festivals. In this process, we find that trade has given impetus. Travel and commercial traffic has a powerful impact on tourism development. Economically, tourism development encompasses practically all fields of economic activity. The income and the employment effects of tourism are closely linked with tourist expenditure. Any expenditure on goods and services really represent a demand for such goods and services. Tourist expenditure represent demand for tourist services such as accommodation, food, beverages, transport, entertainment, fares, shopping, etc. So you have to remember that what is the product of tourism. You listen mindfully. The state and also different state of India, also different country of the world has a vast potential for development of tourism, which is one of the vital sector of the economic in terms of employment generation, foreign exchange earning, marketing, developing service sectors. The potential of tourism has not yet trapped optically. For the development of tourism, government have taken some steps like increase of tourism traffic, increase of tourism duration of stay, development of the infrastructure, promotion of market, organizing of fairs and festival. So tourism is an economic, environmental, cultural and social force of global proportions. It is an economic activity of immense global importance in present day economy. It has carved a niche for itself as a very effective instrument for generating employment, earning foreign exchange, and thereby facilitating overall development. So India, maybe the other countries, is a state full of natural resources with glorious historical background and some cultural base. So these places has great tourism potential and architectural wonders full of tribal culture, local culture, national heritage, etc. At present, tourism is one of the world's largest industry which is gaining more importance and a conscious effort for its promotion and development of a country. In a real sense, tourism is an exploration into the mysteries of the nature, society, and into the roots of human civilization or ancient human civilization. So that is why it become a major industry in almost all parts of the world. Tourism is considered as an agent of social change, bringing gaps among the nations, regions, peoples, and helping them to open for wider consideration of investment throughout the world. Tourism helps in development of the nation in various ways. Nowadays, Department of Tourism has taken percent of the total tourist arrival in maybe so maybe in the other states, but it has adopted integrated marketing approach for developing tourist products and attracting the tourists. So tourism is declared as an industry by government to strengthen our tourism facilities and formalizing the concept. So the development of the handicraft industry, hotel industry, traveling, handloom, and other are new step moving towards formal sector. So we should consider this how the tourism given importance in India and also in the world because the exotic scene beauties, uniqueness of nature, splendor of human creation, intellectual excellence have drawn the attention of people all over the world through the ages. There has always been in all men and hidden desires to see newer things, know the unknown, travel beyond one's unusual moving space. The distance lend charm, and to reach the distance object is an huge and appetite which cries for fulfillment. Attracting and encouraging people to the object worth seeking and the place worth staying are enlightening activities with the profit. With the explosion of knowledge and a tremendous development of information and communication, people in one part of the world are moved around and stay for some time in other part of the world within their means. In the age of globalization, when restriction to move beyond one is the territorial boundary have been greatly loosened and international activity has proved intermixing and free exchange of views. Tourism is likely to thrive in a spectacular manner. It is desirable for each countries and nation to take necessary steps to enlarge tourism as a source of increasing earning and learning. So we know the product of the tourism and how many types of the product, what is the product of tourism. I am just narrating in briefly emerging of destination of India, that is called the ecotourism, rural tourism, golf tourism, wine tourism, coming tourism, modern tourism, MICE tourism, and pilgrimage tourism. And the seven tourism products are called, there are accommodation, transportation, retail travel agent, tour operators, shopping centers like malls, cinema, theaters, next restaurant for food and beverages, and tourism reference centers. So all these are the seven tourism products. Again, I am repeating the same thing. Seven tourism products are accommodation, transportation, retail travel agent, tour operators, shopping centers, restaurant for food and beverage, and tourism reference centers. Emerging tourism destinations are called ecotourism, rural tourism, golf tourism, wine tourism, coming tourism, medical tourism, MIC tourism, and pilgrimage tourism. So there is the tourism destinaries, and all these are the seven tourism products. So what is the tourism products? So tourism products includes all the services, all the experiences that are offered primarily to tourists in the destination they are visiting, such as the accommodation, the restaurants, fishing trips, hunting excursions, aero tours, sightseeing trips, museum, cultural centers, art and craft stores. So all these are tourism products. Again, I am repeating the same thing. Note down, please. It includes all the services or experiences that are offered primarily to tourists in the destination they are visiting, such as accommodation, restaurants, fishing trips, hunting, excursion, aero tours, sightseeing trips, museum, cultural centers, art and craft stores. All these are tourism products. You know seven tourism products, other tourism products, emerging tourism destinations. So these are the important volumes. These are the important volumes of the tourism products, very, very important point in this block. Next, come to the example of the tourism in our India, that is the Pushkar Mela in Rajasthan, Taj Mahotsav Uttar Pradesh, Suraj Kunda Mela Haryana, Ajanta Ellora Cave Maharashtra, Mahabalipuram Tamil Nadu, Hampi Karnataka, Taj Mahal Uttar Pradesh, এবং Hawa Mahal Rajasthan. In our nation, in our country, these are the example of tourism in India. So again, I am repeating this important thing, that is called Pushkar Fair at Rajasthan, Taj Mahotsav at Uttar Pradesh, Suraj Kunda Mela at Haryana, Ajanta Ellora Cave, Maharashtra, Mahabalipuram at Tamil Nadu, Hampi at Karnataka, Taj Mahal at Uttar Pradesh, and Hawa Mahal at Rajasthan. So all these are the important, the vital examples in India regarding the tourist product. So this is all these are the important cases, that is the 7 tourism products, other tourism products, example of tourism products. Next come to the symbiotic tourism products. Symbiotic tourism products, there are 3 types. One, national park. Second, wildlife sanctuaries. Third is marine park. Again, I am repeating this something. The national park, wildlife sanctuaries, and marine park. So all these are the symbiotic tourism product. There are 3 types of symbiotic tourism product. Then come to the India, famous for tourism. Why our nation is famous for tourism? So one is a rich cultural heritage. Second is a diverse geography. Third is the historical landmarks. So India is the home to several UNESCO World Heritage Sites, exotic wildlife, and adventure tourism opportunities. So again, I am repeating the same thing. That is called the India famous for tourism. So why it is famous? So first one, rich cultural heritage. Second one, diverse geography. Third one is the historical landmarks. So these 3 items, due to these 3 items, India is famous for tourism. All you know, our nation or the India is home to several UNESCO World Heritage Sites, exotic wildlife and adventure tourism opportunities. Next, who is the father of tourism if we come to this point? So father of tourism in international level and the father of tourism in national level, they are separate. In our country, Raj Bahadur Mohan Singh Oberoi was the father of tourism. And the 5 items of the tourism in our case is the attraction, accessibility, accommodation, amenity, and activities. So these 5 items are the main theme of tourism. So number 1 tourist place of India is Taj Mahal, one of the 7 wonders of world. All of you know the Taj Mahal is the world famous place that is called, situated in Uttar Pradesh, and 56 tourist attraction in India. Out of 56 tourist attraction, number 1 is Taj Mahal. The national tourist products, you know what are the national tourist products? One, mountain. Second one, desert. Third one, forest. Fourth, scenic beauty. Sixth one, landforms. Seven, flora and fauna. Eight one, the marine areas. So all these are the national products. that is included in our course. So again, I am repeating the same thing. The national tourist products are first one mountain, second one desert, third one forest, fourth one climate, fifth one scenic beauty, sixth one landforms, seventh flora and fauna, eight beach, and the ninth one is marine areas. What is the man-made touristy production? These are the natural tourist product, and another one is the man-made tourist product. So the tourist product divided two parts. One is man-made, another is natural. So man-made tourist production are first one is the culture. So what are the culture? The building, the monuments, galleries, temples, masjids. So all these are the man-made culture. Second one is the traditions. So what are the traditions? That is the pilgrimage, fairs, festival, art, craft. All these are the traditions. Then we shall come to the niche tourism products. So what are the niche tourism products? Eco and wildlife tourism, MICE tourism, sustainable tourism, cruise tourism, golf tourism, polo tourism, medical tourism, wellness tourism. So all these are niche tourism products. So you know there are natural tourist products, man-made tourist products, niche tourism products. Then come to the top 10 tourist places of India, where you can see the natural tourist products as well as man-made tourist products. So these top 10 tourist places are Tamil Nadu, Uttar Pradesh, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Maharashtra, West Bengal, Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, and Punjab. So all these are the 10 tourist places of India where you can get the natural tourist products, man-made tourist products, and niche tourist products. Then shall go to the what is the slogan of tourist or the tourism day? The slogan of the tourism day in 1923 or this year come and in what will be the slogan of a tourism day in 1924? That is called tourism and peace. So all this is a slogan and the aim is characteristics of the tourism purely based on the tourism products. So there are the three types of tourism. All of you know in the last classes or the last session, Professor must have discussed about the types of tourism, the meaning of tourism, the definition of the tourism, and the what derives from tourism. All these things you must have read in the last session. So again, I am repeating this because without this knowledge, you can observe the product of tourism. So three types of tourism means that is first one domestic tourism, second one inbound tourism, and last one outbound tourism. So three types of tourism. Again, I am repeating. First one domestic tourism, second one inbound tourism, and third one outbound tourism. So what is the 4C of the tourism? This is called the types of tourism, and another one is called 4C of the tourism. 4C. 4C means what? That is the conservation. Another is the community. Next, commerce. Another is the culture. This is the 4C of the tourism. So it is very, very important for the tourism product. So again, I am repeating the same thing. First one is the conservation, second one is the community, third one is the so all these are the for the product of tourism. And what is the highest foreign tourist? Highest foreign tourist places are first one is the USA, second one is the UK, third one is the France, fourth one is the Bangladesh. So why the USA achieved the first place in tourism? Because the tourist products in different angle, the man-made tourist product or the natural tourist product. So they have tried to develop and their government tried to develop all these products in the line of the tourism. So what is the cause beyond the visitors come to tourist place? What is the real reason the visitors comes to visit in different places? So first one is the spiritual awakening. So spiritual awakening attract the tourist and attract the people from abroad. Second one is the rural tourism product, local tourism product, the community centers, tourism importance. So all these things arrested the tourism to come to the different places or the different countries. So rural tourism is another product. This is very, very important tourism product which is demanding in current era. So the rural tourism product means the local nature and the community center. That is two types of rural tourism product. Again, I am repeating rural tourism product. One is local nature, another is community center. So what is the tourism importance? Tourism importance is first, it creates job, enrich the local economy, contribute the local infrastructure. Next, to reduce the poverty and inequality. So this is the tourist importance or the tourism or the importance of the tourism product. Again, listen, it creates job, it enrich local economy, it contribute local infrastructure and also to reduce the poverty of the area, inequality of the locality. So what is the tourist resources? We should know. So what is the resources? So tourist resources are first is tourist attraction. Second one is historic sites. Third one, beach. Next, native parks. Next, events. Next one, cultural and facilities. Last one, sporting activities. So all these are tourist resources. Again, I am repeating the same thing. First one, tourist attraction. Second one, tourist historic sites. Third one, beach. Fourth, national park. Fifth one, events. Sixth one, cultural facilities. And the last one, sporting activities. These are the tourist resources. And what is the land-based tourism? That is another factor of the tourism product. That is called land-based tourism. First, cycle tour. Second one, camel tour. Third one, horse tour, fourth one, jeep tour, fifth one, motorcycle tour. So that is called land-based tourism. That is another factor of tourism products. Again, I am telling the same thing. The land-based tourism are cycle tour, camel tour, horse tour, jeep tour, motorcycle tour. Then we shall come to the another point that is called man-made attraction. So what is man-made attraction? Man-made attraction is first one is the structure, second one is building. So the, the, the monument structure, maybe the tourist attraction of world. Next one is the building. So what is the building? Maybe the temple building, maybe the masjid building. So all these are the another tourist attractions. So all these are the tourist products. So you can say what is the tourist products. So in nutshell, in briefly, I am telling that the tourist products is defined as the total bundle of functionally interdependent, tangible and intangible elements that enable the tourists on one hand to engage in a specific activity at one or at several consecutive destinations, and on the other hand. Again, I am repeating the very important definition of a tourist product. Please note down. The tourist product is defined as the total bundle of functionally interdependent, tangible and intangible elements that enables the tourist on the one hand to engage in a specific activity at one or at several consecutive destinations, and on the other hand. So this is the best definition of the tourist product and the important definition of the tourist products. Then we shall go to the another point that is called tourism operation. So what is the tourism operation? So last one it was the tourism product. And we shall come to the another point that is called the tourism operation that is included in our TS-2 or the tourist study 2 because the name of this lesson is the tourism development. So how tourism develop? Through products, operations and case studies. So we have already discussed in briefly that is what is the product, how many types of the tourist product and how tourist product will promote. So all these things we have discussed briefly. Then we come to the tourist operations. So what is the tourism operation? To in a simple way, I am just telling you that the tourism operation means all tourism activities and services undertaken by project company for the purpose of a project in the concession area, including services for the operation, management of the project facility, leisure facilities, activities, food and drink facilities, and services, trading access. So this is in simply, very simply, it is called tourism operation. If a question may be arise, what is tourism operation? If question will come, So what is tourism operation? So you note down the tourism operation means all tourism activities and services undertaken by project company for the purpose of the project in the concession area, including services for the operation and management of the project facilities, leisure facilities and activities, food and drink facilities and services, trading and access also. That is called very simple way. What is tourism operation? Then what is the operation management in tourism? This is called tourism operation. And another one is called operation management. So what is operation management? You may note down. If question will arise, what is the difference between tourism operation and operation management tourism? So their meaning is different. You listen first to the tourism operation, now come to the operation management in tourism. So I am briefly, again I am telling that operation management in tourism means operation management is the day-to-day management of the site. It is about marshalling the attractions, notable the staffs, the physical equipment such as machinery to provide a satisfactory service for the customers and an acceptable rate of return on the use of these resources. This is called the operation management in the tourism. Again, I am repeating. Please note down again. Operation management is the day-to-day management of the site. It is about marshalling the attractions, resources, notable the staff, and physical equipment such as machinery to provide a satisfactory service for the customer and an acceptable rate of return on the use of these resources. So this is called operation management in tourism. So 2.2 points we have already discussed. First one is the tourism operation. Another is operation management in tourism. Then come what is the summer tourism operation and management? Summary of the tourism operation and management. What is the summary? So tourism operation and management explores the core concept of tourism and explain them through the numerous examples, illustrations, tables, and photographs. Again, I am repeating. So, what is the summary of tourism operation and management? So, very briefly, I am telling you can note down the tourism operations and management explores core concept of tourism and explains them through numerous examples, illustrations, tables, and photographs. So, all of you know that that is the summary of tourism operation. That means that is the illustration table and the photographs, if it will display, and that is the concept of the tourism or the management of the tourism operations. There are 5 categories of tourism operations. So, what are the 5 categories? Number one, inbound tour operation. Number two, outbound tour operation. Number three, domestic tour operation. Number four, receptive tour operation. Number five, ground tour operation. So all these things or all the items I have already discussed in first time or the early time. Again, I am repeating the important points or the five category of the tourism operators. First one, inbound tour operators. Second one, outbound tour operators. Third one, domestic tour operators. Fourth one, receptive tour operators. Fifth one, ground tour operators. So these are five category of tourism operators. So what is an example of tour operation? What is the tour operation? So example, very good example, that is the cycling holiday or the yoga retreats, all wellness holidays, detox retreats, and skiing holidays. So all these are very good example of tour operators. So the role of operation management job is to ensure all departments, including housekeeping, food and beverage, the office management, and also office are working together efficiently. That is the operation management job. So the important operation of tourism management and hospitality means the hotel operation management is about understanding what which what from a total, giving it to them while simultaneously increasing the hotel purity. So that is called the operation of tourism management. So the act process of spending time away from home in pursuit of recreation, relaxation, pleasure, while making use of communities or provision of the service. That is in short, that is called the tourism note. So there are the five kinds of the important tourism operation operators, or the five items or the seven items of the tourism products, seven item of the tourism operations. All these are the important views or the important notes for the tourist products and the tourism operations. We shall discuss next, come to the, so what is the definition? You must have read in the last classes, your professor must have discussed about the definition of the tourism. So first of all, you have to know what is the tourism product and the definition of the tourism product. What is the tourism operation and the definition of the tourism operation? So I am just discussing about briefly the definition of the tourism and which country observe in which sense tourism is their important activity or the important department. So the United Nations World Tourism Organization, you know, that is called UNWTO. Again, I am informing about what is the full form of UNWTO. So United Nations World Tourism Organization. So when this organization, when it came to exist, you know, the UNWTO to 1970, 1st November. And the headquarters of UNWTO is Spain, or the main place of Spain, that is called Madrid. And India became also the member of this UNWTO in the same year or in 1975. So the UNWTO, it was existed, it was placed or the instituted for the development of the tourist centers in different countries of the world. So before existing the UNWTO, there was another organization was existed that is called IUOTPO in 1934. Before UNWTO, another organization in international level was there that is called IUOTPO, which was existed in 1934. And the full name of this organization is International Union of Official Tourist Propaganda Organization. It was instituted in 1934 and UNWTO was instituted in 1975. So UNWTO now is existing. IUOTPO is abolished because it was an old organization, and UNWTO is the current organization or the new organization which is working today in all over the world or in international level for developing the tourist centers and also the protection of the tourists. So through this organization, all the tourist center of the world, they are trying to develop their tourist centers. And India became also one of the member of UNWTO 1975. So who was the father of World Tourism Day? There was a World Tourism Day, there was a Indian Tourism Day. In Nigeria, citizen or a Nigeria person, Ignatius Amadou Tigbe was the father of World Tourism or the World Tourism Day. He was very much interested for institute the UNWTO, and USA was the founding member of UNWTO, and also USA was the first country of the world who achieved the top position in tourist centers. And the UNWTO, there are the 5 regions. So what are the 5 regions? First one, Africa. Second, America. Third one, East Asia. Fourth one, Pacific Europe. And last one, Middle East. Again, I am repeating the 5 regions of UNWTO. First one, Africa. Second one, America. Third one, East Asia. Fourth one, Pacific Europe. And the last one, Middle East. So all these are the 5 regions of UNWTO. So I am discussing about UNWTO because the role of this organization is very, very important for the tourist product and the tourist operations. So this organization played the vital role in international level for developing the tourist centers. So all of you know that due to UNWTO, which one is first tourist destination of world? So first tourist destination is France, where in every year crores of visitors or the tourists are coming to France to visit their tourist places. And another organization is there also for developing the tourist products, that is called a PATA. So what is PA and TA? What is the full form or the full name of PATA? That is called Pacific Asia Travel Association. So you have to listen, you have to note down. So what are the organization for the developing the tourist centers? So in early time, there was no organization, there was no importance of a tourist product, no importance of a tourist centers, no importance of the tourist meaning. But now there are so many organizations in international level, so many organizations in international region, so many organizations in regional level, so many organizations in local level for the developing the tourist center. There are the natural tourist center, there are the artificial tourist centers, there are the local tourist centers. So, so many organizations, not only the international level, but also the local level organization also instituted for their benefit of the locality to develop their tourist places or the tourist centers. So, like this, PATA, another important organization, a very, very important institution for the development of the tourism that is called Pacific Asia Travel Association. P stands for Pacific, A stands for Asia, T stands for travel, stands for association. That PATA. So another organization also existed for the developing the tourist centers of the tourist places of the world. That is called WTTC. So what is WTTC? World Travel and Tourism Council. Again, I am repeating the same thing. WTTC, World Travel and Tourism Council. So this one also existed for the developing the tourist centers or the tourist places of world. So so many members, so many countries or the so many nations were involved in this organization. Developing tourist. So next is called Kerala in India. So the Global Responsible Tourism Summit was held in 2023. In India, state is Kerala. There is Global Responsible Tourism Summit or GRTS. What is GRTS? Global Responsible Tourism Summit. When it was arranged this year, 2023, a global summit on tourism development was held in India that is called Global Responsible Tourism Summit. So in this conference or in this grand meeting, the tourist development, tourist protections, construction of the tourist centers, and the construction of the local tourist centers, all the items was discussed in this place that is called Kerala, that is called Global Responsible Tourism Summit. So what are the function or what are the function of a PATA or function of the GT function of UN? So or the of UNWTO is promotion of responsibility. Next is sustainable. Third one is the universality. Fourth one is the accessible tourism. So these are the four functions WTO or WTTC or PATA, that is Pacific Asia Travel Association. So these four functions are very, very important for function which was provided by UNWTO. Again, I am repeating the four functions that is called promotion of responsibility. Another one is called sustainability. Third one is called universality. Last one is accessible tourism. So all these are the function of UNWTO followed by PATA, WTTC and also GRTS. So all this is the function of the UNWTO. When the tourist centers are promoting, when the tourist centers are developing, so who will take the risks of this centers? So in the occasion, in this time, UNWTO has existed for the protection and promotion of all the tourist centers of world or the international level. So we shall go, what is the function of the tourist products and what is the definition? What is the definition of the tourism? What is the definition of tourist products? So how we shall tell that to develop the tourist products, to promote the tourist products. First of before to know about the tourist products, we should know the meaning or the definition of the or the inner sense of tourism or the inner meaning of the tourism or the cream sense of the tourism. So just I am telling or the I am telling the United World Organization as people traveling to and staying in places outside environment for man than 24 hours and less than 1 year. The purpose travel can for leisure, social, cultural, and which entails the movement of people to countries or the places outside their usual environment for personal or business or professional purposes. This is the meaning of the tourism beyond the tourist product or the tourism operation. So tourism is the movement of a person from one place to another to visit and to mesmerize the beauty of that place or to have fun. Moreover, the concept of traveling is co-considered a luxury and only people while higher income can afford this luxury. So this is the another thing beyond tourist products. Again, I am telling another thing also. Tourism industry is the total of all business then directly provide goods or services to facilitate business, pleasure, and leisure activities away from the home environment. So, who defined about this? So, Thomas Cook, a English innovator, clearly defined about this or about the tourism because this is or the Thomas Cook based very highly to the tourist products and the tourist operations. The Thomas Cook was English inventor who specially stress to the tourist products and the tourist operations. So tourism, all of you know, and the last classes also, your professor must have discussed about tourism, what is tourism, the word tourism derives from which word, and what is that meaning. You already have discussed with your professors, or the professor must have discussed. I don't want to go there. but you have to clear about that. What is the meaning tourism? If you delete that meaning, then you can't go ahead. What is the tourism product? What is the tourism operation? What is the case study? You can't go ahead. So first of all, you know the what is the meaning of the tourism. In English meaning, it is separate. In the French, it is separate. In the French, it is separate. So in different countries, define the meaning of the tourism. The term the tourism is. So in 1772, the tourism word derives from English word that is called tourist or the touria or the tour. Other English scholars are telling that the tour, this word derives from the word tour, which comes from the old English that is called Turian. And also the French scholars stated that the tourism word derives from the tourner. Like this, the Greece scholars also they are also telling that the tourism the word comes from the tourns. So like this, so many countries they have given their different views. They are giving their different meaning. So what is the meaning of tourism? What is the meaning of a tour? From which word tourism comes from? So it is that the you know, though it may be the different meaning, it may be the different idea. But you know, tourism is a worldwide phenomenon impacting on society in various ways. It has been characterized as a smokeless industry. Very, very important point, a very comic name that is called a smokeless industry. All over the world, all the industry having smoking, but without smoking industry is tourist industry. Like hotel industry, tourist industry. So all these are the smokeless industry. Because why it is called a smokeless industry? Because without environmental damage, it existed. So it is called smokeless industry. In recent year, tourism has been linked with development. If development is to be defined by those whose lives here to be influenced instead of politicians, and it includes empowerment of the people involved, and if developed is understood in the context of communitarian paradise, signifying that the individual is fulfilled in harmony with the whole of creation. So tourism has to be understood not merely an industrial activity yielding income, but an multifaceted its phenomenon, a total travel including business, recreations, health, intellectual pursuit, good beyond just pleasure. So, considering that the purpose of travel by the tourist are multiplication effort to meet their multicolor needs has to be dynamic and multi. Propose the tourist perceptions, attitudes, expectations, values are to be borne in mind while making necessary arrangements to make their visit comfortable and purposeful. In addition to the economic benefit, it rendered by way of generating income of the local people and creating employment opportunities. Tourism also products social benefit, widening the outlook, liberalizing the attitude of the local people. Exposure conduces cultural assimilation slowly, But surely, hence promotion of tourism involve humanitarian approaches to the needs of the visitors. The hospitality and the sociability have to be evident in the behavior of those dealing with traveling. So, the tourism is affected by the level of economic development and also affect economic promotion. Tourism has substantially contributed to the growth of both developing and developing countries. Its contribution may be summarized under few points. First one, foreign exchange generation. What is the foreign exchange generation? So tourism helps growth of economics by generating foreign exchange. So in 1994, developing countries as a whole accounted for 24% of the world international tourist arrival and 27.5% of international tourism received, while the share of the OECD countries were 60.7% and 68% respectively. Yet, the developing countries' share in tourism has steadily increased since 1960. So, the WTO statistics 1996 show that the per capita international tourism receipts of a country is positively related to its income level. So it was the first statistics was seen in international level. Next one is the employment of the creation or the employment creation. So tourism creates considerable employment opportunities both directly and indirectly. Its employment multipliers is similar to its income multiplier and proportionate to the industries linkage with other economic sector. By cross-country comparison, tourism leads to be one labor intensive in developing countries. So in some countries, it is found capital input of tourism much higher than that of agriculture and man. So the level of economic development influence the effectiveness of tourism as a policy of instrument for employment creation. In high income countries, its effectiveness is normally guaranteed. So another one of development of tourism products that is called the regional development or the local development. So what is the local development? In this case, tourism is a natural trade overactive for economically weaker nations and a force for economic convenience between the regions. Worldwide, tourism has contributed to the dispersion of development and resulted in channeling expenditure from richer to poorer countries and regions. So in 1994, in the same year, the total developing countries receipts from international tourism exceeded their expenditure by $46.5 billion. That is the report of World Trade Organization in 1996. That is the exact report. So you know, so how the tourist products gradually promotes in international level. Another factor is called the socio-cultural impact. So what is the socio-cultural impact? So due to the socio-cultural impact also, the tourist products or the tourism development came to exist. So how the socio-cultural impacts responsible for the development of the tourism, we shall discuss now. The international tourism always provokes social and cultural repercussion in host countries. The intensity of these effects depends on the socio-economic and cultural difference between the host and tourist countries. We have already discussed that is the profiling foreign tourists. That is profiling forest tourist means that is understanding tourists and hosts. This point is very, very important for profiling foreign tourists. Again, I am repeating the same thing. The international tourism always provokes social or cultural repercussion in host countries. The intensity of this effect depends on the socio-economic and cultural difference between the host and the tourist countries. The demonstration effect on Western consumerism is likely to be strong on the developing host countries. As to the impact of tourism on culture, there are different views. Some writers argue that tourism has undoubtedly enabled to be rehabilitated. Then other claims that tourism has already begun the work of obliterating cultures. Some of the scholars opined about this tourism development. Anyway, most of the reported negative cultural impacts of tourism, such as commercialization of culture, the loss of authenticity, and the generation of manufacture, different culture are associated with poor countries or with backward areas of rich countries. But with rich and cultural, strong and world countries can take advantage of ecotourism, which provide individualized and discerning learning experience. Then another important point is the ecological market. So what is the ecological market? This is another vital point of development of tourism. Ecological impact, that is called tourism, relies on attraction landscape. Inflow of tourists cause certain attraction in environment. Or tourism development in many regions has caused environmental destruction involving irretrievable loss of non-renewable resources and overcrowding and overloaded infrastructure, air, water, solid and visual pollutions, etc. So the tourist attractions are more nature-based and the level of impacts, monitoring assessment and country trends show below in developing countries. Consequently, the negative effect of tourism on environment are likely to be more in developing countries. The Human Development Report 1980 stated that poor people and environmental damage are often caught in a downward spiral. So past resources degradation depends today poverty, while today poverty malnutrition very hard to care for or restore the agricultural resources based to find attractive the deforestation to control the erosion, etc. While opening the inaccessible areas to the outsiders, steps should be taken to preserve and promote access of for people to natural resources, their rights and enlightenment to common poverty. So we come to know that the relationship between the developed and developing country, so far as tourism is concerned, is a relationship between center and periphery. So the developing countries depend on the developed one market demand, investment, management expertise, and willing to adapt the metropolitan value. This relationship imposes on developing destinations a developing mode which reinforces dependency on or vulnerable countries. So realization of this fact cautions the developing countries to adopt suitable policy and protective measures for retaining their cultural identity and natural speciality in face of aggressive impact of tourism. So all these points or all the notes are very important for the tourism product development. So another one is what? Another is the literature, or that is called the tourism and literature. So what is the tourism and literature? A subtle and powerful impact of tourism whose value cannot be properly weighted refer to its influence on creative art and literature. So the host country's magnificent heritage, beautiful behavior offers more deeply the sensitive words of the artists and giving an impetus to create a marvelous piece of literature or painting. The art is enriched there by Snellal Gujral, which spell bounded by Syria writes in summary of the journey, that is a magnificent quotation given by a world famous poet about the tourist development of the tourist products. So another point is the tourism and the Indian economic, world economic, or the regional economic. So the economic in one side depend upon purely the tourist industries, hotel industries also. So now the very good industry in international level is the tourism industry. With the opening of the economic to the world, the Indian economic is bound to be strongly impacted by external forces, including perpetual rise of foreign tourists. Our expertise growth strategy has already enlarged our exports of merchandise and service. Our merchandise exports grew at the rate of 13.43% annually in 1993 to 1997, and at the rate of 22.64% annually in 2002 to 2005. So India service export growth in the above two periods were 30.96% and 45.53% per annum respectively. So the contribution of tourism service in GDP for 19 to 202 to 203 is estimated at 5.83%, including directly or indirectly effects. So tourism as the third target, net annual of foreign exchange earned 6 billion US in 205. So you know what is the promotion of the economic status of the country through the tourism development or the tourism development of the tourism products. So in the 11th five-year plan proposed for the promotion of the tourism, 11th five-year plan have given so many ideal items for the promotion of the tourist centers and the pilgrims of international or the tourist portions of the world or the universe. So, what emphasis was given by 11th five-year plan in India? First one is provide government or railway land to set up a budget, hotel and create additional rooms. So this was the first priority given by 11th five-year plan. Provide the government or the railway land to set up a budget hotels and create additional room. So without this, the tourists never come to the countries and the tourist industry will gradually dim. So in the scientifically study, the scholars have given a royal idea regarding the promotion of tourism that is called the provide government lands to set up a budget hotel and create additional rooms. Another one that is called facilitate the identification of the hotel sites and their allocations by state governments or their nations to deserve entrepreneur with facility for speedy single wide clearance through various government bodies. Again, I am telling the same thing. Please understand. Facilitate identification of hotel sites and their allocation by state government or the national government to deserve entrepreneurs with facility for speedy single wind clearance through various governmental bodies. That is another plan chalked out by 11th five-year plan. This is the scientific study. Another one is relax the municipal and zone restrictions. Next one, consider basing the luxury tax on the actual room rent charged rather than on rack rates. Next, that is called the upgrade international airport and domestic traffic, that is at the rate of 12% per annum. Again, I am repeating the same thing. Upgrade the international airports. Without developing the international airport, the international tourist never responds to the tourist center of each and any country. So first, we have to develop the international airport in all the countries in the international level. And the domestic traffic at the rate of 12% per year or the per annum. Next, increase the number of flight. Number of flight should be increased, which are currently affected by restrictive bilateral regions. Again, I am telling increase the number of flights of each countries or in international level, which are currently affected by the restrictive bilateral regions. Next one is bring down sales tar on ATF, turbine fuel or the air turbine fuel. So currently ranging from the PC to 36% or the 4% to 36% in various states to a uniform level of 4%. So every country should stress on this point, that is called bring down shell tar on ATF. Next, we shall go to the take up work relating to road connectivity. 20 World Heritage Sites are places of tourist importance identified by Ministry of Tourism. So the Ministry of Tourism identified 20 World Heritage of India. So the take up work relating to road activity of 20 World Heritage Site and other places of tourist importance identified by Ministry of Tourism. Next, put policy for national tourist vehicles registration with provision for free movement without taxes to see at entry and enlist points for hassle-free movement and true cost of tourists. That is very important idea of 11th 5-year plan, that is called put in place a policy for national level tourist vehicles registrations with provision for free movement without taxes to seize at entry and enlist points for hassle-free movement and tower cost of tourists. So very good idea provided by 11th 5-year plan in India for developing the tourist products. Next one is open up Pithero underdeveloped archaeological sites for development and maintenance through public-private partnership. Next one is modernize and update the curriculum of institution inhabitant offering courses in hotel management, catering, technology, and tourism. So all these things also included in the 11th 5-year plans, that is called modernize and update the curriculum of institution inhabitant offering courses in hotel management, hotel catering, hotel technology, and also the tourism. Next one, that is called a prepare plan for improving the connectivity and urban infrastructure in religion sites, maybe Buddhist sites, maybe any temple sites, maybe any mosque sites. It must be developed which have potential to attract large international tourist traffic for East and Southeast Asia. So it was newly planned in 11th 5-year plan that prepare an integrated plan for improving connectivity and urban infrastructure in religion sites which have a potential to attract large international tourist traffic for East and Southeast Asia. So all these are very good idea and the good plans provided by 11th 5-year plan in India for the development of the tourism and tourist products of India. So tourism development requires a cooperation between center and state government, municipal and other local authority and people in change of temples, ancient sites, modern ex, expel, expansion institutions. For developing of tourism, the needs are preserving and enhancing the scenic beauty of the landscape, keeping the surrounding neat and clean, providing basic needs, good restaurants, economic accommodation, above all, pastoral behavior on the part of people in change of attractive sites and regional historical institutions. So the senses of beauty and historical national pride should govern the attitude of the people, private and government, who are handling the tourists. So the motive to attract from the tourists should totally be abandoned and a spirit of friendly welcome should guide the person in a change of service the tourists. So the world tourism is on the rapid growth path due to the globalization. So according to 1995 estimation of the World Travel and World Corporation, that is called WTTC, just we have discussed before a few minutes, that is called the WTTC. So according to the 1995 estimation of the World Travel and Tourism Corporation, 221 million people worldwide were employed in tourism in that year. That is equivalent of nearly 11% of the total global work force or the work people, working people. So the 1995 report of the Commonwealth Department of Tourism states that the industry needs to continue the focus on the development of the language and across cultural skills, clarity for the tourism industry, and engagement of staff with appropriate language, learning, training, and lost cultural skill. So we have to stress on this point because the world tourism is on the rapid growth due to this point or due to this idea. So the tourism or the when you meet an unknown person, you do ask a certain question like which country or the which region comes from, what are the hobbies, what type of food is likely to be to buy her or him, similar queries would be there if a guest is expected. So first of all, to promote the tourist or the interest of the tourist promotion, everybody have to ask there are very few questions regarding their arrival, regarding their aim, regarding their idealism, regarding their interest. Then the tourist will come and they will get the good and good accommodation, and also they will give the good mark on that country for the promotion of the or the development of the tourist centers. So the growth of the tourism or the tourist business is purely based on the local or the national level interest. Without the local interest or the national level interest, the tourist center will not develop or will not promote. So anyway, the tourism development requires the cooperation between central and state government, municipal and other local authority and also people in the change of their tourist sites or the heritage. For the development of the tourism, the needs are preserving and enhancing the scenic beauty of the landscape, keeping the surrounding neat and clean, providing the basic need and a good relationship. So the tourism is acknowledged to be one of the area which have a potentially for employment generation. It is relevance of a country with surplus labor is remarkable. So the tourism being basically a labor intensive sector or it provides the direct or the indirect employment to the persons by which through tourist industry the economic development of the person or economic development of the nation or economic development of the locality will promote automatically. If the government will neglect the tourism or the tourism industry, the economical fall automatically seen. So tourism is not only or indirectly the usual sense, but its definition is the sum of those individual and commercial activities producing goods and services wholly and mainly consumed by the foreign visitors or the domestic visitors. So the domestic visitors or the foreign visitors or the domestic tourist or the foreign tourist, if visited to any touristic place, then the economic status of the same area or the same region will automatically grown up. So the national government or the international level or the regional level or the state level, the government should give the main stress for the development of the tourism or the development of the product. Automatically, the tourism operation will develop. So there are a few components of the tourism products or the few components of the tourism operations that is basically depend upon the interest of the government and also the interest of the locality or the region of, of the nation. So the tourism development and the tourism products or the tourism operations of, of the nation or the in the nation or the international level or the worldwide level that is purely depend on the local interest or the interest of the international government. So we have to now discuss about the case study of the operation or the case study of the tourism. What is the case study? We have discussed in briefly the case study of the tourism that is called a case study represents a holistic in-depth empirical analysis where the focus is on the understanding of a contemporary phenomenon of its real context in a particular part in time. So that is the case study. Case study is also defined a study of a specific subject. You know, you are reading the subject of the tourism. That is, case study is defined study of a specific subject, such as a person or group or place or event or organization or phenomena. That is, case study are commonly used in social, educational, clinical, and business research also. You know, this is the case study that is defined as a study of a specific subject. What is the specific subject? Which one is the subject? That is called a person or a group or a place or an event or a organization or a phenomenon. That is called the specific subject. Maybe a person, maybe a group, maybe a place, maybe an event, maybe an organization or a phenomenon. That is called a specific subject. And case study are commonly used in social, educational, clinical, and business research. So that is called the case study. Again, I am repeating that a case study represents a holistic, in-depth, empirical analysis where the focus is on understanding of a contemporary phenomenon in its real life context in a particular part in time. Another thing is called a case study can be defined as a intensive study about a person or a group or a people or a unit which is aimed to generalize over special units. A case study has also been described as an intensive, systematic investigation of a single individual, group, community, or some other unit in which research expression. So this is called the case study. So there are different types of also case study we shall discuss in the next day. There are the different types of case study. You should know today that what is the case study. Again, I am repeating the last one. Please remember, a case study is a defined study of a specific subject, such as a person or group or place or event or organization or phenomenon. Remember, this is very, very important in case of a tourist product and operation. So case studies are commonly used in social, educational, clinical, and business. Another one that is called a case study can be defined as an intensive study about a person or a group of people or a unit which is aimed to generalize over special units. A case study has also been described as an intensive, systematic investigation of a single individual, group, community about unit in which resource examination or the resource expression. So, a case study represents a holistic in-depth empirical analysis where the focus is on understanding of a contemporary or the phenomenon in its real life. So you should know that the case study and the tourist products and tourist operation. So all these things, the tourist development took without the tourist products, without the tourist operations, without the tourist interest. So no tourist centers or the tourism of any countries will not promote. Also, without development of the tourism, without promotion of the tourism, the economic status also decrease and the integrity, also the status of the country also gradually decrease. So we must stress, we must give in the main stress on the development of the tourist product. Each and every country, each state, each region for development the tourist development or the tourist product, find new tourist products. They will not only the natural tourist product, but the tourist product which will promote the nation, also the region. That is called the tourist product and tourist operations. So today we shall close the class. In the next class we shall start one day after, on 26th, that is called Sunday. Thank you very much.